Hey, you guys! Oh, I just hit that Ariana note. Let me stop playing. No, but for real, you guys, welcome back to another episode of Indian. I don't feel like saying the entire title, but welcome back. Make sure you go to DisneyGuy.com and check out DisneyGuy.tk, even though it's the same thing. So I'm just going to say DisneyGuy.com and .tk. But let's get into today's episode. What does that spell? That's episode E. Today we're going to be discussing my favorite show. L to the E to the G, L to the E to the G to the A to the CIE to the SS. Legacies. As you guys know, season 4, the most anticipated season. The most anticipated season. The most shocking season. We're gonna be talking about hope. As Legacies does revolve literally around hope. As you guys know, in season 4, Hope went full tribrid, shockingly. Something that was going to have to happen and was definitely not inevitable. But, as you guys know, Hope turned off her humanity. The big question is why. I think we all have the answer to that. When Hope came face to face with Landon or Malavor, Maladon, whatever, Malavor gave Landon access back to his body. But of course, all things aren't permanent. It was temporary to trick Hope and to keep her from killing him. And Landon did prove a point. You know, Malavor is still inside him. He obviously gave him access to save himself, not to give Landon's body back permanent, forever. So of course, Hope didn't want to receive the information, but I'm pretty sure she knew deep down what he was saying was true. But obviously, she didn't want to accept that. And she had to do the one final thing to get rid of Malavor forever, and that was to kill Landon, because Landon literally is the only, lasting vessel, like the other vessel, of keeping Malavor alive. So Landon had to die. That was something that was going to have to happen. And as much as I like Landon, I was pretty upset about that too. But that was something that couldn't been avoided. Landon had to die for this one. That was the only way for Malavor to stay gone. But unfortunately, the feelings were too strong. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but as soon as she put that sword in, and right after she took it out, her humanity flipped immediately. So it technically wasn't her fault, because it kind of happened automatically, you could say. But the reason why she kept it that way was because the emotions were too strong. She literally said it herself. She's so tired of feeling the same emotions. Love, lose, grief, repeat. Love, lose, grief, repeat. It's the same thing. And she told Alaric that. And that's why she turned off her humanity. And it's kind of sad too. That's really sad. Because Hope, she's obviously been through a lot of things in her life. I mean, noticeably, she's been through a lot of heartbreak, and she's been through a lot of loss as well. So that was the main reasons why she kept her humanity off. Obviously, while this is the most anticipated, it was also the most scariest, because we got to see we got to see Dark Hope. Hope showed her dark side, and she played it very well. She definitely did a good job at playing Dark Hope. And they tried to get her. They did the talent show. That definitely didn't work. Josie tried her way of bringing out her dark side against Dark Hope. That didn't work. And trying to manipulate her. And it worked as far as for that question about seeing if she was afraid of turning out. And this is the part I wanted to talk about. So if you guys remember that huge dark battle between Dark Josie and Dark Hope, Dark Josie and No Humanity Hope. If you remember, Josie was talking about when she flipped a vampire's humanity back on when she had access to dark magic, which she did in the prison world. You remember I forgot her name, but there was a girl, a vampire girl in the prison world that they were trapped in, and Josie had full access to black magic, so she had the ability to turn on the vampire's humanity who flipped their humanity off. She turned it on and then she made them pass out. I remember discussing that with you guys. So she was telling that to Hope. She was like, I know a vampire who did the exact same thing you did. Take couldn't take feeling their emotions, so they turned off their humanity. And then Josie said, so I turned it back on. And that's when Hope, I think, she didn't want to show it, but I'm pretty sure she was feeling it. After she said that, Hope got a little nervous. And literally, when she asked the question, threw the ball at her, she said she's not scared. And the thing said, the orb said she was lying. Why is Hope scared for her humanity to come back on? I'm going to, I would say nervous, because she couldn't really feel anything, but she could definitely feel that one. But let me explain to you why. The reason why Hope is nervous to feel or grieve like any regular human being can. Emotions are definitely a burden. I can definitely, pretty sure you guys can all agree with that. There are some good emotions. There's happiness and there's joy, but then there's the hard parts. There's depression, there's sadness, there's grief. Oh, grief is like a whole different library. And that's with Hope. Hope can't contain her emotions like a regular person. On top of her being a tribrid now, Hope knew that if she couldn't manage her feelings, she would go haywire, because she has her witch side, she has her werewolf side, and she has her vampire side that are all fighting each other in her head. She wouldn't be able to take that. She would probably literally blow up the school, because her power, she's like really powerful now. So I don't think people realize how her powers work. Her powers work based off of her emotions. And I think that's what people fail to realize. If you guys remember in season 3 when Hope thought she lost Landon, what do you think she did? She went haywire. And this was when she was a hybrid. She didn't even move. Like, she barely moved. All she did was breathe and closed her eyes. And what happened? A wave of energy blasted and knocked out everybody instantly. So if you think that is something, imagine how her powers will react now that she's a tribrid. I don't think people get that. So it is for the better that her humanity is off, even though she is doing some pretty reckless things. Very reckless. But still, like, killing Lizzie was an absolute, she shouldn't have did that. That was really reckless. But at the same time, it's best for her because she knows she's not going to be able to handle all that emotion. And I can understand that. I can really get why she did that. I really understand, and I do get that. At the same time, I mean, it doesn't make it right because she's done a lot of wrong. But I don't know, that's in my opinion, you guys. That's in my opinion. Like, Hope has been through a lot of tragedy, and she just had to stop feeling it, and that's why she turned off her humanity. But it's gonna take a lot of it's gonna take something really strong and meaningful for something to break through to her, because Hope has a heart. It's just buried deep, 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 deep down in there. But she has a heart. She has a heart. She really does. She's still in there. But it's gonna take a lot to get her back. Like, I mean, a lot, because like Alaric said, you are your father's daughter. I mean, she is the daughter of a ruthless vampire ripper. I mean, she is. And that's something she can't deny. And that's something she accepted when she turned off her humanity. When she was, beating up Alaric. She was like, I am my father's daughter. So it was bound to happen. And like I said, they could prevent it all they want to. This was going to happen at some point. It was only a matter of time. Like, the circumstances was just going to get worse until she made that decision. And low key, like she said, it shouldn't have really taken her this long to figure that out. Obviously, I mean, the reason why it took her this long, because it's a lot. There hasn't never been a tribrid before. Well, there has, but she died, unfortunately, in the Vampire Diaries or the originals. I forgot which one, but there has, but she didn't, she died, unfortunately. So, I don't know. It's a lot. But I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast and check out DisneyGuy.com or .tk. Thank you for listening in. And yeah, bye-bye, guys.